Quad City sports fans of all ages, Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn. Good afternoon, Quad Cities. It's a nice day out there before it's going to get a little bit warm over the weekend, but it's a great weekend that we're going into now. Finally, can we do the normalcy here? Finally, Adrian, Merrick's in studio. Like now, we had football last night. NFL was back. Fans in the stands. Fantasy's up and running. We've got first ever meeting between Iowa and Iowa State when they're both ranked at the same time. That's kickoff is tomorrow at 2:30.
Oh, baby.
Had a heck of a game last night.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Killed some teasers. Mine. Killed some parlays, but kept the money line parlay going. Tom, terrific.
Yep.
And we got a lot to talk about that. We've got the Iowa State game, obviously. We talked to Kakert about that yesterday, but I'm going to break it down and talk with you guys as well. We get Thursday night game, and then we're going to look at some of the games over the weekend that we like or whatever else, and I'll take you guys through my segment that I did on Wednesday, my 150s is what I called it. I'd bet every game, hypothetically. I bet every game.
Like in your head?
Yeah. So if
Did you write them down?
I did, yeah. So it was like if I liked it, because I was forced to bet. If I liked it, I would bet 100. If I was like, I still have to bet it, I don't feel as confident I would put 50 on it. So then we'll do the juice, and we'll find out on Monday how I'm looking at it before going into if I'm up for the year, if I'm down for the year.
See how much Monopoly money you make?
How much Monopoly money I make. And
Ooh,
if you want to
I
follow,
could bring
you
in some
follow
fake
it.
money for you.
Huh?
I could bring in some fake money
Cool.
for you so we
Right.
can get the piles going.
Yeah.
You don't want to say that on air. You know? Wait till commercial break, man.
Is there still baseball going on?
Yeah, they're
Is
still
there
big. Yeah,
still
they're
baseball?
still playing it and
Another
everything.
month? Oh,
Apparently,
wow.
Yeah,
there's a rumor
they're
that
still
baseball
doing it.
still happens.
Yeah,
I thought they just called it at the end.
They're allowing it to
today.
happen. I mean, that's last thing I really saw about baseball was that Pujols had a 40-second standing ovation, then he went yard.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, that was neat. And then
How long do you think Bryant's will be today when he comes back? The Giants playing Wrigley 120.
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, we'll find out on air.
I don't know if it'll be 40 seconds.
I mean, it's going to be a long time. They're not going to sit down.
Well, there's 12 people. One sits down, the other 11 will follow, right?
No, we'll sell out today just so everybody sees Bryant's return.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
a Friday afternoon
Yeah.
game. Weather's getting nice out there. Merrick Braves in studio. Merrick, say hi to everybody.
Oh, everybody. Hello. I'm happy to be here. Always love coming on. I want to know who am I? Am I T-Roy or am I Surge? Because every
in the
time I'm
Surge
here,
seat, yeah.
well, the intro says it's you. It's
I know.
T-Roy,
I
and it's
say
Surge.
it all the
I
time.
can't even get my name on there.
Yeah.
I'm almost here every day.
We need to
I've
record
got-
an alternate intro.
I've already got the song picked out, everything from the dawn. I just have not gone back and been like, and who knows who's going to be sitting here today? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And for, yeah.
And honestly, I
Spin
feel
the
more
roulette
comfortable
wheel.
over there. Like when T-Roy's here, the other day when T-Roy was here, I was like, oh, this just feels like my seat.
This is better.
Oh, really?
It's over here.
Oh. Yeah,
We can switch.
I feel like
over there.
I feel like I'm renting this one almost.
So, yeah, he was on Tuesday, Thursday, and then he's going golfing up in Wisconsin. And then
Would he have been here if Dallas would have won?
No. But he probably would have called in, or whatever else. But then we were talking about it, and the PGA that they've figured out their Ryder Cup team, and that's at the end of September, and then it's still at Whistling Straits in Wisconsin, and I have my PGA credentials.
Well, then.
I want to go to Ryder Cup.
Go to it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I wonder, I should reach out to him and be like, hey, remember when you guys let me do the John Deere Classic? You guys let me do Ryder Cup too? No. Okay. All right.
Okay, that's just wanted to know.
You just want to know where I stood on this whole thing. So it's
Did we forget about the drag race?
I was just thinking about the drag
Now
race.
that you brought this up, we
I
forgot
didn't
about the
go.
drag. Well,
Yeah.
obviously, we would have talked about it if you did.
yeah, I didn't go. So what the thing was is it was just going to be streetcars.
Still fun.
They were going to do a thing, and they were like, I had other things going on that day.
No, you didn't.
I did. I actually got stuff done. It was like one of those rare days where I got stuff done. But, and then the other news, I was telling Merrick this ahead of time. Yesterday on the show, I told you guys that I need to follow up on an email, and hopefully we could get a phone call in from Mick Foley, a.k.a. Mankind, a.k.a. Cactus Jack, a.k.a. Do Love, because he's going to be at the Rhythm City Casino on Monday night, and his agent was like, no, he's busy. And I was like, is he? Coming back from Burlington.
What's he doing?
He just basically, it's kind of his stand-up.
Yeah.
So he talks all kinds of things from how he got into wrestling to different stories. It's also promoting books and everything. He's got 2 shows. The first one sold out. So the reason why they don't care if he's on the show is because the second one sold out, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
There were still tickets to be sold. I think they sold out with that thing both of them, 6 to 8 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't follow up and be like, hey, remember that phone interview that we wanted to do with you? We could still use that for ticket sales, but I'm pretty sure they're sold out.
Do you got Mick's number over there?
I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but I could get it within 20 seconds if you wanted. I've done some work with Mick in the past.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Not if his agent's just like, no, he's too busy. I'm not going to go out of the way to do it. And, I've heard nothing but good things about him, but it would have been nice. But I'm just letting everyone know. Follow up on that. All right, so last night's game.
Ooh-wee. What a fun one.
Yeah.
What a way to open up the season.
Yeah, I think we are surprised by Dallas Cowboys.
I'll tell you what, I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised either.
Okay.
I expected the Cowboys' offense to be really good this year, and they were. You don't head into the season with that trio, and I know Gallup got hurt about halfway through the game, but that trio of wide receivers plus a healthy Dak, which he is healthy. If you were watching, Hard Knocks, by the end of it, you saw that Dak was a full participant in practice, and he was slinging it around left and right. Dak's healthy. Zeke didn't do much last night, but that was part of the game plan. But you got Zeke Elliott, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup. That's a strong offensive unit right there. And they have a good offensive line. They were missing Zach Martin last night, so when he comes back, I predict the Cowboys to win the division, get to the playoffs, and make some noise once they get there. I think they're a really good football team.
I'm more shocked at Tampa Bay's defense.
They looked a little porous last night, but we have to remember how Tampa looked last year before they went on their, obviously great run towards the end of the season, culminating in a Super Bowl victory.
Yep.
They were 2 games over 500 coming into November, I want to say. They weren't
6-4.
Yeah, they weren't world beaters, and maybe it takes them a little time to start up. You got that Super Bowl hangover, I wasn't surprised that the game was close, but yeah, the secondary looked a little suspect. But against those
I feel
guys,
like defense is just in that first week all the way around is just a little lackadaisical.
You're getting back to tackling.
You're getting back to tackling. Actually, you're seeing different things offenses are throwing at you. You're not playing your own team anymore. They do have practices with other teams, but not full speed.
I thought this over-under was ridiculous at 52.
And it wasn't even close.
No. The 9.5 I didn't like at all. Dallas, Tampa Bay was by kickoff. It was -9.5. That was nuts.
That's too many points.
I teased it down though. I thought Tampa Bay would beat them by 3. They only beat them by 2, so I lost the teaser.
I teased the over/under down.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah.
And I took Tampa on the money line and parlayed it with an over, I think 44.5. So.
Oh, good work. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. So, I wish I would have moved it more if I was teasing it. Yeah, Prescott, 42 of 58, 403 yards, 3 touchdowns. Brady, 32 for 50, 379 yards, 4 TDs, 2 to Gronk.
Yeah. He looked like he had turned back the clock a little bit last night.
No arm brace on that forearm either. I feel like he's got to be 100% healthy coming out this year.
It's really fun for me as a Dolphins fan to watch Tom Brady and Gronkowski now and be happy that they're no longer on the Patriots, but also be happy that I don't have to get so angry when I watch them do well. I can just be like, oh yeah, Gronk, he's cool. Because Gronk's funny. I like Gronk. He's a funny dude, and he's easy to root for just because he's dumb. Gronk is the human version of a lap dog, just just happy go lucky all the time and just happy to be there. And Brady's greatest of all time or something. But
you said it, not me.
I
That
don't like
ball
to say
he
it.
threw to Antonio Brown was
talk about Antonio Brown too coming
know.
back.
wow. Antonio Brown doesn't look like he's missed a step in the last 2
That
years.
was the one. If you listen to things out of camp, and of course we talked about the beat reporters and everything else, everyone looks the best ever. But there was a thing out there that Antonio Brown, I think it was you that told me it, Adrian, that Antonio Brown would be that slot guy. He would be Wes Welker and those guys. And I got him in a few leagues. I didn't start him. Good for me, right?
No, I didn't start him either. You just wanted to see how that ball was going to be thrown around. And I do not like starting anybody on Thursday. I will avoid
I hate it too.
with everything.
Somehow, whenever I start someone on Thursday, they do poorly, and whenever I play against someone on Thursday, they do amazing.
Well, I did have one league where I had Elliott and Gallup, and it didn't work out
Didn't
too
work
well
out.
for me.
Is Gallup's injury serious?
It doesn't look to be super serious,
Okay.
no. I had Godwin last night, so that was positive for me, except I was playing against Amari Cooper, so not so positive.
Mike Evans was invisible last night for a while. It looked
Yeah,
like.
sure was.
Is he going to be the odd man out this year? Is he kind of like going to be a decoy? I mean,
I'm sure,
eventually he's going to have better days, but
There's a lot of mouths to feed in that offense, so I think, everybody will take a turn, not kind of setting up everybody else, and this was probably just his turn. And he was being shadowed by Trayvon Diggs, so Trayvon looks like a nice second-year player this season.
So Dallas is down there, and they're just trying to eat up the clock. And the announcers are saying they're just trying to keep the ball away from Tom Brady.
Yeah, they failed at that.
They failed at that
Yeah, they did a poor job.
because he just took him right down the field.
I like how every time, too, right before he does it, like ESPN shows Tom on the sideline, like with his head down.
He's just glaring.
Yeah.
Just ready to go, and sure enough.
He's doing some sort of incantation, some sort of spell. He's summoning demons to help him.
He's Harry Potter now.
Yeah.
He now has 40 regular season fourth quarter comebacks.
Is that a lot or?
It's the second most
Oh.
in NFL history.
It's like the other one, 41.
The other one is 43.
Yeah, okay.
How do you think that is 43?
Besides Pat Anger, what?
Is 43 comeback fourth quarter? Is that? There's so many people it could be. Is it Peyton?
It is Peyton
It's
at
Peyton.
43.
All right.
Do you want to guess any other at 36? Who's third?
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino is not. He is sixth at 33.
I'll give you John Elway.
John Elway is seventh at 31.
Then I'll say Drew Brees.
Drew Brees is in third place at 36.
They just play so long. You know what I mean?
Is
Like-
Philip Rivers up there anywhere?
He's not in the top.
feel like he always
I
come
can see
back
the
and
I
they'd
can go to
still
the full
lose, you know, and
leaderboard,
they'd
but this is
still
just
lose.
the top 9.
Nine. You like how many kids he has? Is that what?
Yeah, yeah. So 1, 2, 3 on this list, and the top 9 are still active. So you already said Brady.
Big Ben.
Big Ben is fourth with 35. Did I say, yeah, and then the other third person that's active with 31.
Interesting.
He has an 11-year career, currently playing right now.
Wow. 11.
Fitzpatrick?
No, but that's a good guess.
Russell Wilson.
No, good guess.
Rodgers?
No, he's been
Nope.
playing a lot longer than that.
Just say he's on a new team this year.
Oh, man. Interesting. I don't know why I can't think of this. 11-year career quarterback.
Is it
Played-
Andy Dalton?
No, played good guess. Played from behind quite a bit in the NFC North. Now he's on a new team.
Stafford.
It's Stafford. Yep.
Stafford.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, so that's a good one. And then Rob Gronkowski, with those 2 scores last night, he becomes the number 1 tight end to have multi-receiving TD games combined regular season and playoffs.
Man, if he would have
22
stayed,
games where he's had multiple touchdowns.
if he would have stayed healthy throughout his entire career, he'd be number 1 across the board, all categories for tight ends.
He has 4 more than Hall of Famer Tony Gonzalez,
Yeah.
12 more than Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow Sr. Antonio Gates was the leader before that with 21. Now he's got 22 games.
Hey, man, he's good.
Hey, man, he's good.
That's
you guys
my
see that clip
expert
where they
analysis for the day.
they dropped that
Good.
football out of
That's what
the
you bring.
helicopter?
Yeah, 60 stories.
That
they
was
said.
that looked kind of fun.
That's wild.
Out of Baltimore,
Oh, my. Woo!
I can't. I don't mean to laugh, but as much as we've been going through picking the teams and everything else, and I was saying yesterday, like, I'm just not big on Baltimore. I'm not a big on Baltimore. I don't know what it is. It's got nothing to do with I can foresee the future of ACL injuries.
Do you guys have healthy ACLs? You guys got time to go help Baltimore?
Yeah, exactly. So, for some reason, I don't know why, just one of those things where hearing good things out of there, I had a lot of stock of Taysom Williams.
Okay.
In late round picks.
Yeah, well, you're sitting pretty today.
Yeah.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Yes, I also went out and got Latavius Murray.
Well, then you're going to be all right.
So where I had him at, I picked up Latavius Murray in probably like 2 of 4 of my leagues, I think. And then they also signed they signed Latavius Murray.
They got
and then
Le'Veon Bell.
Devontae Freeman.
They got Devontae Freeman. Yesterday, right after
Le'Veon Bell.
Edwards tore his ACL, I picked up Le'Veon Bell and traded him 5 minutes later to the guy who owned Gus Edwards. That was my savvy move of the day.
You picked him up and then traded him?
Do we think he's got anything left?
Huh?
Do we think he's got anything left?
Le'Veon, no. I would expect Latavius
They wouldn't
Murray
have gone
to
out
take
and
over
signed
that job.
Latavius Murray and Devontae Freeman if he had it.
Yeah, the reports right after the Edwards injury was, and even actually before the Edwards injury yesterday, was that Le'Veon Bell could be activated for Monday night's game.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as they signed Freeman and Murray, they were like, yeah, Bell's still getting his legs underneath him a little bit.
Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, it sucks that they lost Gus Edwards, and they also lost Marcus Peters out there. But
yeah, that's an equally, if not bigger, loss for them in their secondary there. They have Marlon Humphrey still, but
who's the strength and conditioning coach? What are we doing here?
that's a great question.
We got to get something done. You do not need a job today.
Okay, before we go to break, we'll do this with the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. Ezer A's is asking the question, is Gronk the greatest tight end ever?
He certainly has a case.
Yes.
Certainly has a case. It's Gronk. It's Tony Gonzalez. Who else would you put up there?
Is Kelsey getting close? He's got to be in the
Probably,
conversation, right?
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
wouldn't Gronk be the situation, him and that murderer that...
Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron.
Or are we talking DeAndre Swift?
Well, they Allegedly. Now, are they the type that kind of revolutionized the position? I mean, I know Gonzalez did as well, and Jimmy Graham was up there for a while. He had his run.
Yeah.
By the way, he has 18 games with multiple touchdowns. Jimmy Graham does. But does that pave the way for someone like Travis Kelce?
Yeah, certainly. You look back, and the tight end position was traditionally just an extra offensive lineman who would catch a pass here or there.
Outside of you look at here on this list of these guys that have multiple games. Kellen Winslow's the only one that played in the '80s. The rest of them,
I think
the only tight end you ever think of. And sorry, I'm dating myself. I'm much older than you guys. Is Dallas Clark.
Dallas
That's
Clark.
about it.
I think guys like Dallas Clark and Tony Gonzalez, especially. I think you can point to Tony Gonzalez and Antonio Gates as the guys who revolutionized the tight end position into what it is now. As guys who played in the '90s and the early 2000s. I think those guys really paved the way for players like Kelsey and Kittle and Waller now. Even Mike Gesicki on my Dolphins. Like, Gesicki's not a blocker. He's a slot receiver, and they're fine with that because it's a mismatch nightmare because now you got linebackers trying to cover these guys who are 6'6" and can run a 4.5, and it's hard to do. Gronk's a little bit more of a mix of the two styles. A little bit of a throwback. He can get his hands dirty a little bit.
That's what I think that, how you said Tony Gonzalez and who from the Chargers?
Antonio Gates. Yeah.
Antonio Gates changed the position. I just think Gronk took it to that next level.
Yeah, and it didn't hurt that he played with Tom Brady. Some would say greatest quarterback of all time. It didn't hurt that he won multiple Super Bowl rings in New England and now has one in Tampa as well.
Yeah, I mean, and then before we go to break, we'll give the fun fact about Rob Gronkowski. I don't know if you're watching Heels on Stars.
I am not.
You say that with such proud arrogance.
I turned into Titletown too. We need to talk about some things.
I am watching the 3rd season of The Circle on Netflix.
Oh, I started that. Of course I did.
I'm 3 episodes in.
That was like a weird, what?
Here we go.
This is a fun find for me. All right. Thank you,
love The
Netflix.
Circle.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. And they can just keep pumping them out. I mean, they film it within 4 weeks, and they can just deep clean the thing and just bring in more people.
So easy. I want to be on it. It's in Chicago. That's not too far.
Yeah.
I want to do it. I want to be on The Circle.
I was talking to somebody last night, and she's a bartender at Pints, and she was talking to me about Big Brother and The Circle, and then she's like, She said it. She goes, screw it. She goes, let's go apply, and we'll just go in as a team and lie to him. I was like, all right.
I would. You absolutely. You go on that show, you got to be a catfish because A, that's more fun, and B, you can manipulate, you can game. It's like me when I go and wrestle, or when I did wrestle, I get to pretend to be somebody else. Therefore, if you don't like me, that don't matter to me. It's not that you don't like me; you don't like this character I'm portraying. I would absolutely catfish on that show.
I like that. You watch Circle? No.
It's so good.
The Heels on Stars. It is so good though. It's I don't even know what the attraction is or how to like sell it. But Heels on Stars is good. There's a character on there that Rob Gronkowski was about to be signed to play.
Really?
And Tom Brady called the next day.
Wow.
And said, "Come down to Tampa Bay."
Wow.
And he's like, "All right, I'm going to do that."
So Stephen Amell, he lost out to Tom Brady.
Yeah, actually, it was Mike O'Malley that did it. Yeah, and the creator, he's the showrunner, and he.
Wait, Mike O'Malley from Guts?
What's Guts?
Do you remember Guts in the 90s on Nickelodeon? The aggro crag?
I don't know. Mike O'Malley from Yes Dear.
Do you have it? Guts.
He was in the show Yes Dear.
Come on, somebody on that Facebook line has to know what I'm talking about.
I don't remember that from
Guts
Nickelodeon.
and Global Guts.
Fine. I'm intrigued, and I don't have to go to break if we don't want to go to break. Why do I feel like I have some like disgust of Titletown out of your mouth?
Watched like the first episode, and like I feel like I'm just watching like a little teenage drama. Like they're talking about, oh, he kissed her, and like there was barely any.
The first episode ends in a cliffhanger on the football game. How do you not go on to episode 2?
I think I stopped watching.
See, that's
like they're on a roller coaster, and then like he's kissing another girl. I don't know. I just feel like it's not something I want to get into. I want more football.
You don't have any intrigue at all about a transfer coming in versus a kid who whatever else.
Yeah, until he started talking about who's dating who. And
don't worry about that.
Yeah,
it's just fill in.
It's the same Mike O'Malley.
Is it the same Mike O'Malley?
Mike O'Malley, who used to host Guts on Nickelodeon in the 90s when I was in elementary school and I watched religiously, is now some famous producer I see
showrunner,
here. You got to go back and watch Guts, bro.
But he was the guy that was. Do you remember in the early 2000s there was always a commercial on ESPN and he was like, "I'm the Rick."
Yeah,
that's Mike O'Malley.
I was like, Guts, bro. That's Guts.
Okay. Well, I didn't watch that.
Do you have
That's
it?
Mike O'Malley. And then he did a show, the Mike O'Malley show, got canceled, and then he went on and did Yes Dear.
Is anyone on Facebook talking about Guts? This is the most important thing that's happened to me in a while.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I think.
How do you not know Guts?
Because I was in my 20s at that point.
You didn't turn on Ren and Stimpy and then catch.
Ren and Stimpy was on MTV when I was in high school. It didn't go over to Nickelodeon.
But those were like sister MTV, Nickelodeon, all that stuff. What about Legends of the Hidden Temple? Did you see that one?
No,
I've seen that one. I've definitely seen that, but I've never seen Guts.
Double Dare.
Yeah, Double Dare was good.
Well, that was my time.
Yeah, but Double Dare was like the precursor to Guts.
I gotta figure out what Guts
is
now.
It was like an obstacle. It was like American Gladiators, but for children.
Oh, okay.
It was awesome.
Well, good for Mike O'Malley. Look what he's doing now.
Man, I love you, Mike O'Malley.
now he's doing a show.
I might watch Heels now. I might do it.
You better get. I tell you what.
He turns it right on.
Adrian's
Don't
gonna do
watch Titletown though.
Adrian, listen to me. Listen to me.
I'm putting come to blows in here.
It might be.
Get the
Adrian,
tables.
Do it right. It's only like 8 episodes long. I think we're in episode 5. Wait to do the 7-day Star saying binge it.
Oh yeah.
Do it for free. Cancel it.
I'll plan on that.
All right, deal. I'm doing that with Heels. So I'll do it after the season's over. You let me know, and I'll do it.
Watch Titletown.
Wait.
Titletown.
Am I watching Heels or Titletown? Which one is it?
You already have a Netflix, obviously.
Heels is
what's
better,
on
and
Netflix?
I haven't even seen it yet.
Titletown's on Netflix?
Titletown's on Netflix,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. So I can do that now.
Listen, if you like football and good editing in football, the Hard Knocks type of thing, it's good. If you like the drama of like Varsity Blues, the movie.
Is this
it's there.
A real, like, is it a documentary or is it like a docu-series?
No, it's a reality-based television show.
I thought it was like Heels.
Then there's
like
a little
fake.
bit of Laguna Beach, the Hills involved in it.
Is it? That's like fake stuff, right? Heels?
Heels is a show. This is like a reality. They're following around these high schoolers.
It's not like real wrestling.
Heels is about an independent. Yeah. Stop doing this. I don't know what you're doing here.
It's not the real stuff, right?
They're two different shows. Heels is about an independent wrestling. I think you might know a thing or two about independent, but it's in Georgia, right? Titletown about high school football.
I think they're both fake.
The end of it's really good. The end of it, Titletown's gonna like wow you.
Yeah, maybe I'll just go watch that episode then.
No, yeah, I don't think
You're
you guys
driving me
are.
crazy. You're driving me absolutely crazy. All right, let's talk some more about the NFL and Iowa State when we come back. We got to take a break here at ESPN 1170 AM.
The Rock says he's gonna make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous. You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
Hi, this is Derek.
And this is Skip. We are the twins from Arbar Davenport,
and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
on ESPN 1170 AM.
Hey, do you have time to go to Vegas with me?
Time? Yes. Extra money to pay for the flights? No.
No, not Vegas. I'm talking about Vegas, right here in the Quad Cities.
I've never heard about Vegas. Tell me more.
Oh, they're safe and secure gaming cafes with 6 locations.
What kind of games do they have there? And they've got beer, right?
They have the latest games provided by Gem, and yes, beer.
Sounds like I'm gonna save on flights, have fun, and win big.
To find out more about their locations and hours, they're open. Visit VegasGamingCafeIL.com.
Dell's semi-annual sale is the perfect opportunity for a significant business upgrade. Save up to 45% on Dell computers built for business with Windows 10 Pro. Plus, enjoy special pricing on Dell docks, monitors, servers, and more, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Succeed anywhere with Windows 10 Pro. Speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today to find the right tech for your business with fast, free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
So sticky.
At Hannah's Organic Honey, business may be sweet, but they need an e-commerce queen bee to lead the hive.
Okay, these jars are going to Jakarta. Oh, wait a minute. Does that say Jackson?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
When you open an essential business checking account at First Midwest Bank, you'll earn a $500 bonus. But that's not all. You'll also have your own local banker who knows your business. A $500 bonus plus a local bank to help you succeed. That's banking with momentum. Visit a First Midwest branch to open an essential business checking account by November 30th, 2021. $100 minimum deposit to open. Available to businesses located in Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, and Wisconsin. Must complete all bonus requirements to be eligible. Details available at firstmidwest.com/smallbiz, member FDIC.
QC Fit Fest is a whole new, interactive, engaging, and educational health and fitness expo that brings fun for the whole family to the Quad Cities, Saturday, September 11th from 11 to 6 at the River Center, downtown Davenport. If you're on a health and fitness journey or just want to take the confusion out of where to begin, QC Fit Fest was created just for you. Learn about your favorite health and fitness topics from some of the leading experts in their field. Get active with the Iowa Army National Guard. Climb their rock wall, bring the kids for their inflatable obstacle course, and interact with over 40 vendors. Get more info and see what else we're up to at QCFitFest.com.
Women take hormones to look and feel better. So why not men? Men mostly ignore the stages of low testosterone until their low T symptoms stack up so high they can't ignore them anymore. You may have low energy, weight gain, loss of muscle mass, moodiness, low sex drive, lack of concentration, depression. Guys, don't wait till your symptoms make you miserable. Talk to the experts in men's health. Schedule a complimentary consult at limitlessmail.com. Insurance accepted.
Saturday on Fox, Big Noon is coming in hot with the Pac-12 Big Ten Heavyweight Showdown. As Coach Cristobal and Oregon head to the shoe to face C.J. Stroud and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Wow! This is pound for pound, best in their division, champ versus champ. And it all starts live at 10 Eastern with the Big Noon Kickoff pregame show sponsored by Wendy's. Then it's Oregon, Ohio State in the Big Noon Saturday Game of the Week, Saturday on Fox, and watch anywhere on the Fox Sports app.
I can pop a beer in here, right? Your cousin from Boston. This here is Sam Adams Boston Lager. It's my go-to beer. Not too heavy, not too oh boy, oh boy. Oh, that's whoopsie daisy. Oh no. Is there somebody that can help? Come on in the room. It poured right in the keyboard. Relax. I spill beer on my computer all the time. Sam Adams Boston Lager. The Boston Beer Company, Boston, Massachusetts. Drink responsibly.
No blown out ACLs here, but maybe some strained vocal cords, though. This is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
want to remind everybody about the R Bar in Davenport. It is your destination for an upscale and sophisticated atmosphere. The R Bar is located at 4907 Utica Ridge Road and prides itself on its fine wines and liqueurs, unique cocktails and martinis. From Busch Light to bougie, the R Bar has something for everyone, which makes it a great fit for you and your friends. Have a drink, grab a bottle of wine to share, and watch a game. You can do all that at the R Bar. Make sure to check out their Facebook for live music and announcements, specials, and much more. And while you're there, make sure to like their page. See you tonight at the R Bar in Davenport. Speaking of games, we got a big one tomorrow at 2:30. 2:36 actually is when you're going to be kickoff in Ames. Iowa goes in there. It's the first meeting between these two schools when they are ranked at the same time. And it's not even just in the top 10, which they are, just ranked at the same time. It's a big game. Merrick, you were saying off the air that you saw the line at -4.5. Iowa State's favored, and it jumped out at you.
That's crazy to me. Just the way both teams performed last weekend, it looked like Iowa had a dominating, smothering defensive performance against a ranked opponent. They weren't playing a cupcake, and they just completely just snuffed them out. And then Iowa State struggled with Northern Iowa, only won by 6 points, correct? 16-10?
It was 16-10,
Low-scoring affair. If you can only put 16 points up against Northern Iowa, how many do you think you're going to put up against the Hawkeyes?
Well, that's the problem, though. In college, there's not so much a trap game in the NFL as there is in college, and this is definitely one of them. This is a game that jumped out when we first saw the line last week. When we saw UNI was getting 31.5, we were like, there's no way to hammer UNI in this game, because much like, I'm going to have to say this because I'm going to do it with respect to the Iowa State fans out there. Much like Iowa State used to be back in the day where they would hold a grudge, like the in-state recruits weren't recruited by Iowa, and maybe they held a chip on their shoulder. Same thing with UNI. When they're going to play Iowa State, that is their biggest game of the year. Obviously, their Gateway Conference games are important, but outside of that, this is the game that they've been talking about all year, where Iowa State has been talking about Iowa all year, so I knew they were going to overlook them.
It still just seems crazy to me, right? That like you could make Iowa a favorite by a point and a half, but to have Iowa State favored by, you said 4.5 points?
Yes, 4.5.
And normally they say the home team gets about 3 points. So they're saying on a neutral field, Iowa State is a 1.5 better than Iowa.
This was 7 up until the point when Iowa was working Indiana, and then it started to come down.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
I don't claim to be an expert on college football or Iowa State, but it just, to me, as a betting man, I look at that and I say, you got to put money on Iowa. And I did. So now they're going to lose by 30, and I'm going to look like a dummy.
Well.
No.
I hope not.
Iowa has not beaten a ranked team on the road in over 5 years.
Okay.
They did it twice in 2015. That's the last time they did it.
Do you think that has something to do with why Iowa State's 4.5?
Maybe, possibly. I mean,
what are their ranks right now?
9 and 10. Iowa State's 9. Iowa's 10. This is the first time Iowa has played Iowa State while they were ranked since 1978.
Wow.
That's the only time Iowa has faced a ranked Iowa State team. 1978, and it was a 31-0 loss at home to Iowa State.
Well, that definitely
Iowa's
has
not
something
ranked
to do
that year.
with why that 4.5's there then.
That was Hayden Fry's first year. Do you think that's it? Someone dug in and they're like, oh, man.
Last time this happened.
Last time this happened. 31-0.
I remember.
Uh-huh. Yeah. There's a we talked. Kaker was here, and this is all the pressure's on Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about this.
You're trying to become big brother, and you want to make that leap, and now you got a chance to do it in front of your home crowd, 9 and 10 overall. If you don't pull this out, then what is these last few years become? You're still losing to Iowa. That's your biggest game of the year almost.
Yeah.
So the betting site I use is infrequently, they will offer to buy out your bet if you've changed your mind. And I always feel like the ones they do that on, they're like, crap, we messed up.
Yeah.
And they're definitely offering me like 97% of what I put down on the game. They're like, you can just cash out right now and you'll only lose a few bucks. You'll be good.
Wow.
We might put that bet in right here live on the air.
That being said, I gave you that Iowa has won 4 straight games against ranked opponents. The last time Iowa won 5 straight against ranked opponents was a 6-game stretch in 1960.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, yep.
Good year.
I'm just dropping these things for you guys, yeah. Iowa's won 12 straight non-conference games, including 9 regular season non-conference victories and 3 bowl wins. Their last non-conference loss was at the 2017 Outback Bowl. This is for the Cy-Hawk. Again, Campbell's never beaten the Hawkeyes. They've won 5 straight against them. Cy-Hawk trophy, but this is...
They play Florida that game?
What?
Outback Bowl?
2017 sounds about right.
And that was...
I always feel like they always play Florida.
Steve Mander's last college football game.
That would have... Is that 4 years? I don't know. 2017, that's not the year. I remember the 1 year... Yeah, I'm thinking too much into the Chad Greenway offsides one when he wasn't offsides. That was years ago. Again, Iowa State, they're ranked. They're at home. They want to be considered possibly in the Big 12. Kaker pointed out yesterday, the winner of this is actually vaulted into the college football playoff discussion.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Number 9 versus number 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it'll be for how long that lasts, I don't know, but those are some of the things. The atmosphere is going to be incredible. Iowa leads this series. What is it? 45-22. Yeah, and Iowa State actually has the better of the two when it comes to the spread. But this is the first time since 2000. That Iowa State's been favored, and Iowa State's never been favored at home since 2000 in the past 20 meetings. So
I don't know. They're ranked higher, but I view that as them trying to punch up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they're the little brother. They're trying to come after big brother right now.
Well, of course, yeah.
Doesn't always work out.
We mentioned this. I mentioned this earlier because you said you were in on Iowa. 79% of the handle, and that is the money, is in on Iowa. Meaning, the pros where the money is on them. The tickets, and that's about tickets that are going out there, 72% are on Iowa as well. So the amount of tickets, so when I say tickets, that's when I'm going to be referring to the Joes, the average gamblers like us.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're the ones that are going to place the $10, $20 bets. Those tickets, they pay attention to those tickets. Where the money is going is the most important thing. You want to be on the side of the pros majority of the time.
And you said the Sharps were what, 79?
79%. Yep, Sharps are on Iowa. So like I said, though, there has to be some 5 or 6 figure bets on Iowa State to get this line to stay at 4.5 and not move down. I'm not the only one that has said that this line probably is going down. I mean, Chris DeBear-Felica said it on ESPN podcast as well that he hosts with Stanford Steve. He thought this was going down as well. So if you're interested in tonight's game, Coastal Carolina versus Kansas.
Rock chalk.
Okay, well, they're getting 26.5 points.
I used to live in Kansas.
78% of the money is on Coastal Carolina to cover that spread. 65% of the bets are on there. So the average better, 35% of them are looking at Kansas and looking at Coastal Carolina and saying, well, I'll take the 26.5. It's an interesting thing to look at. There's other games out there if you want to look at anything. Notre Dame is minus 17 at home against Toledo. 90% of the money is on Notre Dame. 89% of the tickets are on Notre Dame to cover that. Anything else that's out there? Texas is at Arkansas. It's minus 7 on the road. 90% of the money is on Texas. 85% of the tickets on Texas as well. Those are the ones that jump out the most. You want to find out where it is. And the other one you want to look at is where the contrarian is. Where the pros are going opposite where the Joes are going. So in that situation, we've got the Ball State plus 23 at Penn State. 63% of the tickets are on Penn State to cover the 23. 64% of the money is on Ball State. So the pros and Joes disagree on that game. And it looks like that's pretty much our other one.
What site do you use for that?
That's Vegas Sports Inside Network. VSIN.
Vegas. I'm going to make a little note of that.
Mm-hmm.
We're all going to make a little note of that.
74% of the money is on Ohio State to cover the 14.5 against Oregon. but the public is only at just under 60% to believe that Ohio State's going to do that. So 40% of the public thinks that Oregon State in the 14.5 is going to give Ohio State a run for their money. So they look at that and say, what the public is doing is what we do. Wait, Ohio State only beat Minnesota, and they were unranked by 14. Now Oregon's coming into town, and they're ranked number 12. No, they're better than Minnesota. It doesn't matter if it's in Columbus. That's what the public's looking at. Meanwhile, the pros, at 3 out of 4 bets, are in Ohio State to cover that.
Yeah, I think Oregon's, defensive end, Thibodeau?
Mm-hmm.
He's banged up. Is he going to play? Do we know?
I don't know. If you want to keep going here, 95% of the money is on the over tonight at 52.
Of what game?
To Kansas, Coastal Carolina. 80% of the tickets are on the over as well, but the money, the pro money, is at 95% is on the over at 52. 93% of the money is on the over of 63.5 for Oregon, Ohio State. Let's see here. We can go to that Iowa State. The under 46, and this is the number 46 is a good one. Is 84% of the money is on the under, and I do agree with the under here. But the public is kind of split. Iowa bettors are going to want to bet for the over just because they want an exciting game.
Yeah.
So the pros and Joes, the Joes are pretty much split. It's 54-46. The pros, where the money is 84% saying to the under. So Eastern Michigan, Wisconsin, there's an over-under 52. 95% of the money is going to. Here's you want to talk contrarian. Eastern Michigan versus Wisconsin, the over-under is 52%. The money, 95% of the money is on the under. 82% of the tickets are on the over. So there's a complete split right there with the pros and Joes. Money line as far as Iowa goes, and Iowa's plus 165. Money line meaning if you bet 100, you just for them to win, you get 165. If you want to take Iowa State, you have to put up 195 to win 100. 89% of the money is on Iowa for the money line. That's just because they see the value. It's got nothing to do with them thinking Iowa's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they see the value there.
A lot of value there.
I put it on the money line for sure.
Yeah, that's about the only one where, they just see the value of the potential of what's going to happen there, and they'll take a hit if they can make the 65. But that's why they're the professionals, and we just get to talk about it, I guess. Merrick, big plans for the Hawkeye game tomorrow?
Actually, we have an SCW show that night, so I'll catch a little bit of the first quarter, and then I got to head out and get ready for that. It's our last show at the Beer Stube in Moline, Illinois tomorrow night, 7 p.m. start. So we bumped it up an hour just because it's starting to get darker a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Fall is coming, but $10 tickets for that SCW Pro at the Beer Stube tomorrow night. You can watch the game. Iowa State.
Yeah. Who's going to be grappling tomorrow?
We actually have a championship rematch. Shane Hollister defends his title against Johnny Wisdom, which actually happened at our last Beer Stube show as well. But we went back, we reviewed the footage, and we found out that Johnny Wisdom's foot was under the bottom rope as Shane Hollister was pinning him at the end of the night. So Shane Hollister's championship victory, his successful title defense was a little fraudulent, we found out. So Wisdom said he was owed a rematch, and Hollister was not required to do so, but being the fighting champion that he is, he granted the rematch request. So it'll be Hollister versus Wisdom, part 3, tomorrow night at the Beer Stube, Moline, Illinois. $10.
Which way is the money going on that?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I think the sharps are on Hollister there.
Yeah.
I think 95% of the tickets are on Hollister as well, so they're in agreement.
Sounds like you know something.
Well, it's speaking of money and college and whatnot and wrestling, Gable Stevenson, national champion out of Minnesota, has signed a deal with WWE, and he still gets to wrestle. They're going to build him a training facility in Minneapolis while he gets to go defend his NCAA title.
That's awesome.
That's fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Did you see the picture they took with Vince? He took with Vince McMahon. Vince is all ear to ear, just big old smiles, like I got my next guy.
Oh, he's got his guy. All
Beefy. Right. Yeah, my business partner tweeted out. He said the best amateur wrestler in the world signs with the best professional wrestling company in the world.
I'm going to take pause in that.
Oh, big AEW guy?
No, I mean, I agree. He won Olympics, and his match was great. Gable did. But there's on the other side of the bookend, there's a bottle rocket of a wrestler who's an alien.
I think he just tweeted it to get AEW fans angry.
Oh, all right.
I wouldn't take it so seriously.
Okay, the best.
It made headlines though. It popped up all over my social media.
He's a heel, man. He's a heel.
Yeah, I'm sure. I bet you he got a lot of heat coming.
I wonder if he's going to be on the show.
Because AEW's
heels.
He's not. The guy he's talking about was just on the show though.
The what?
CM Punk was just on heels.
Oh,
so there's that. But all right, we got to take a second break. All right, we talked about Tom Brady. He is now the first player in NFL history to make 300 regular season starts. So Tom Brady is now the first player in NFL history to make 300 regular season starts. Who's second?
Drew Brees.
298. We'll do it after the break. Who is second with 298?
Nobody knows.
It is not Drew Brees, is your hint.
Damn it.
Tom Brady, 300 NFL starts, first in history. Who's second with 298? We'll be right back. ESPN 1170 AM.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody! You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Tyson Blazer, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 1170 AM.
This is Will at Dolan Jewelers telling you it's a great time to find the perfect engagement ring. We have a 1-carat diamond ring for $29.99. That's right, a 1-carat for just $29.99. Take advantage of our interest-free financing, and now that same ring is only $125 a month. We'll make it fun, fast, and easy with a selection of the most popular styles and diamonds. Visit us on Elmore Avenue in Davenport or dolanjewelers.com.
Over the past few years, people in the Quad Cities have been buying online more and more. Now, since the pandemic hit, online sales have absolutely skyrocketed. Having an online presence was important before, but now it's an outright necessity. But don't worry, MyLocalCustomers.com is here to help. All you need to do is go to MyLocalCustomers.com to receive a free competitive analysis to see what Town Square Media can do for you. We'll help you find more local customers online and help grow your business faster. Town Square offers premium website services that get you new leads every day, plus a dedicated marketing specialist who will work with you the whole time, so you don't have to mess with updating a website. It's fast and easy with no contracts, so you can cancel at any time. Be one of the first to sign up and receive $500 in free advertising on ESPN 1170 AM. As a business owner, you know how hard it is to get people to cross a bridge to get to your business. These days, they don't need to. Find your customers and keep your customers. Go to MyLocalCustomers.com.
What's your car's monthly payment? There's a good chance that First Midwest Bank can lower it. Just like refinancing a mortgage, First Midwest Bank can refinance your auto loan too. That means lower payments, lower interest rates, and higher monthly savings. Plus, you can wait up to 60 days to make your first payment. Go to firstmidwest.com/auto-refi to apply and drive down your car payments today. Member FDIC, subject to credit approval, vehicle insurance required.
It's time to rise and grind. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin.
Julio Jones does move on. He will be with the Tennessee Titans. And Key, you were shooting it down, saying it's not a good fit.
You're looking at him and you're saying production is going to come because they're going to throw the ball. They're not going to change their style. They've gone to the AFC Championship game, a couple playoff appearances on the backs of that running back in Derrick Henry. You think about the philosophy and style that Vrabel wants to play. They want to be big up front. They want to run the football. So you trade for Julio Jones, when many people think Julio Jones is on the way backside of his career based on injuries. But I don't necessarily like it for Julio, and I don't know what to make of it for the Titans because of the style of play. They're not going to be the Seattle Seahawks, the New England Patriots, the Kansas City Chiefs. They're not going to do that.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
You're right on par in your M&M golf car.
M&M Golf Cars
Cars, your authorized Club Car dealer, invites you to check out the new Onward by Club Car. Onward's all new accessories personalize nearly every detail to fit your lifestyle. Customize yours at mmgolfcars.com. 1.99% financing for 48 months through the end of the month.
You're right on par in your M&M Golf Cart. M&M Golf Cart.
M&M Golf Cars, Bettendorf.
It's time to rise and grind. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin.
I don't know if I want Justin Fields right out of the gate just to be the guy. I would like for him to ease himself into it. But I started finding myself thinking, if he does start right out of the gate, does that buy Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace another year? Don't you? Is it bad that I'm even putting myself in that situation now? I'm thinking about, are you doing what's best for the player, Justin Fields? Are you doing what's best in the interest of Matt Nagy or Ryan Pace to make sure that, hey, we gave our rookie a start, we gave him everything he needed, a quarterback like Andy Dalton who's there to help him out, build him up. It's going to take some time, guys. But we got to be patient.
This isn't Jacksonville. This is a playoff team. I wouldn't mind starting him immediately because they got pieces in place, especially on defense. Offensively, they've gotten better. Allen Robinson is back now. So when you look at it, it's like, if he wins the job, it might make sense to start him.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
LeClaire Manufacturing in Bettendorf knows that hiring quality people who contribute to the success of their products is what has kept them running successfully for more than 55 years. And now you can join their team. LeClaire Manufacturing has immediate openings for production workers on all shifts. Looking for a stable environment, great benefits, exceptional pay, and endless opportunities for growth and advancement? Then become a member of the LeClaire Manufacturing family. Apply today. Go to LeClaireMFG.com/careers.
All the sports you need, all in one place. Get them all right here on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. I'm just looking at, we're talking about fantasy football off the air, and I realize in league where the keeper league, which we kind of had to restart, I really like my team, but I had to play T-Roy, and he had Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper.
Ooh-wee.
Ryan Suckup and the Buccaneers defense. He already put up 91.
So that's pretty good.
It's a good start. That Buccaneers defense did nothing for him, though.
No, but wait till Matt Stafford puts up 91 by himself.
Ooh,
so
that's not happening.
I actually had a
Sunday
dream.
night.
Swear to God, I had a dream last night about that game, and I had a dream that Stafford threw 4 interceptions and the Rams got blanked. Why am I dreaming about
You're
that?
damn right he did.
No
Why
way.
am I dreaming about that?
So here's my lineup in this one. All right, Stafford's at quarterback.
Yep.
Taylor at running back.
Yeah.
Robinson at the other running back.
Yeah.
My receivers are Tyreek Hill, Cortland Sutton. Your boy Gesicki at tight end.
Heck yeah.
My flex is David Montgomery.
I wrote a fantasy football article. I said Gesicki was a start this week.
Okay. Well, we're going to get to that in a second.
Tagovailoa targets his tight ends 31.1% of the time. Did you know that? I knew.
No. Jason Myers is my kicker. And the Bills' defense. Here's who I have on the bench. Tell me if there's anyone. Damian Harris, Deontay Johnson, Zach Moss, DeAndre Swift, our boy Chenault, Callaway, and Tyson Williams.
So
Should I start Tyson?
I would really be interested to see how that shakes out before I'm ready to roll with any Ravens.
I think this is the only week you can start him.
Yeah, but you're still rolling the dice a little bit. But we'll see. I think this is going to be his
Taylor
most productive.
Robinson Montgomery.
Oh, yeah, Robinson Montgomery over him. 100%.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone you're going to bench for those guys you have. I do think Damian Harris is going to have a good day. Dolphins' run defense is a little suspect, and the Patriots are not going to let Mac Jones throw the ball 50 times.
I also don't like any of the Patriots running backs. I just feel like every year it's just a group of them, and you never
Typically,
know who to start.
yeah.
So I just kind of.
But
stay
those
away.
are the years when Tom Brady's your quarterback, and so you don't really need to lean on the ground game too much anyway. You know, you got a rookie starting, making his first start against a defense that loves to blitz, get some of those inside draws. But I really think Damian Harris is going to make the Dolphins suffer on the outside zone plays, if I had to guess. I'll be on Alabama radio later today talking
Yeah.
about such a thing.
How does this come about? You're making your debut on Alabama radio.
Yeah, Mobile, Alabama later today, which will be fun. My dad actually lives in Mobile, so he's excited.
How did these guys get a hold of you?
So through my website that I write for, the Finsider, one of the largest Dolphins blogs on the interwebs, they were interested in bringing one of our writers on, and I was nominated. People like my work. So I'll be on WNSP 105.5 in Mobile, Alabama later today talking about Dolphins versus Patriots because I'll be talking about Tua versus McCorkle, two former Bama QBs going at it.
I was wondering, is there a big Dolphin following in Mobile, Alabama? But that's what it is.
And
it's,
apparently the host of the show is actually a Patriots fan, so we should have some spicy banter.
And it was Waddle that says he prefers Mac Jones's ball over
He did.
Tua. Yeah.
They did actually just ask him to clarify a couple days ago, and he just started laughing, and he said, Mac was just the last one I played with, so of course I was going to say him.
Mm-hmm.
But he said he loves playing with Tua.
Well, how do you feel about this game?
I'll tell you what, that's another one. When I looked at the line, Dolphins are underdogs, and you could get the Dolphins plus 160 on the money line. And again, look at how the Dolphins defense played against rookie quarterbacks and or less mobile quarterbacks last season. Justin Herbert, fantastic rookie season, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Go check out his stat line when he played the Dolphins and lost.
Okay.
The Dolphins defense struggles against mobile quarterbacks. Mac Jones, not a mobile quarterback.
No.
I don't think they're going to pass the ball a ton. I think they'll get their most successful passing plays off play action because I think they're going to run the ball a lot with Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson, the rookie. James White will be their passing down back, but he might get a couple carries as well. I think it will be a low-scoring affair, but I did predict the Dolphins to walk away with a victory in New England Week 1, 20-13. I don't predict major stats for anyone.
Okay.
I don't think Tua is going to light it up, but I think he's going to play good, smart, quick football. He's going to distribute well. The Dolphins are going to rely on their newfound speed at wide receiver with Jalen Waddle and the returning Albert Wilson. It's going to open up some chunk plays down the middle of the field to Mike Gesicki, your boy, on your fantasy team.
Big fan.
And I think we'll get a couple good screen plays to Myles Gaskin and Savon Ahmed. I think we get a couple touchdowns and a couple field goals from the money man, Jason Sanders. And I think we pull out the victory.
Is Myles Gaskin's RB1 this week?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Myles Gaskin, it's going to be a running back by committee. I did draft Gaskin in like the 5th or 6th round of my fantasy because I do think he leads the committee. His pass protection has gotten much better over the course of the offseason, according to many reporters down there. And if you listen closely to a Brian Flores presser about, I want to say 4 or 5 days ago, he was heralding Myles Gaskin as someone who could be a 3-down back for Miami. So I don't know if that's just lip service because Flores does come from that Belichick coaching tree where they like to manipulate the media a little bit and use that as a way to get some false information out there. So who knows? You never know what's going to happen game day. I do have Gaskin on my team, but I am letting him sit on the bench for week 1 because I want to see. I want to see what the usage is. I want to see if Malcolm Brown, the new addition, comes out and runs it up the gut, because I think the Patriots defense is a good one, but they are most vulnerable on the interior of that defensive line. So I think, this could be a Malcolm Brown game based on game script, but who knows?
I'm getting annoyed over here. Myles Gaskin's on all my fantasy teams.
I have a lot of them too.
The Dolphins guys telling me not to start him.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying he's going to have a bad week. I have really good running backs, so if I didn't, I would be okay with starting him.
He's a running back too, flex option for most of my teams.
There you go. So, as long as you're not counting on him to get you 22, 25 points in PPR and you're comfortable with 10, 12 points, absolutely. Put him in your lineup.
Did we ever get to that trivia question?
I felt like I did really good there, Jay.
No, the answer to that, you did.
I was excited.
I want to come back to that,
myself.
but
I'm going on Alabama radio, man.
Came back from break. Tom Brady had 300 career start, first in the NFL to have 300, and who was second with 298?
I know the answer.
Drew Brees.
It's not Drew Brees. It's Brett Favre, 298.
Favre.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, majority of the people that probably meet you, Merrick, think that you want to, and I know that think, but they want to talk wrestling. They think you want to talk wrestling too.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think I've known you now for about 3 years. I don't think you ever get as excited about talking about wrestling as you do talk about football.
I love football. I love football so much. I played football growing up. I've been a Dolphins fan since I was 5 years old. I have the Dolphins logo tattooed on my leg, and I've been deprived of a good football team for the past 2 decades. They've made the playoffs twice in that time, and they haven't won a playoff game since December of 2000.
Oh, boy.
Was the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game. So, I mean, I'm excited for the team. I'm looking forward to watching them on Sunday. I'm looking forward to seeing them throughout the rest of the year. I think the rebuild is complete, and their team is their team. I'm also excited for years to come because they have extra first-round picks in 2023, and next year they have a projected $80 million in cap space.
It's a lot of money.
Yep.
A lot of money.
So you know what? If Tua doesn't do well, you can find another quarterback either in the draft or you pay for one. Maybe you go out and get Rodgers. Maybe Aaron Rodgers is a Miami Dolphin next year. Yeah. It all depends on how Tua does this year. So it's an exciting time. Hope springs anew. Looking forward to this season. But yeah, no, I love talking football, man. I love talking football.
Adrian, the Bears. How did you become a Bears fan?
I think everybody else was just a Cowboys fan in my family, and so I'm like, I want to be different. For a while, like I love Chicago, like Bulls, Cubs, and just followed suit with the Bears.
Now hold on. I want to. And now everybody in your family is Cowboy fans. You have older brothers, right?
Yeah, I got 2 older brothers. I got a bunch of older sisters. My dad was a Cowboys fan for a while. He likes the Saints for some reason now. I don't know, but they were all Cowboys fans. So there's pictures of me in Cowboys shirts and Cowboys coats when I was younger, and I think I was just rebelling.
It's the 90s, man.
Against the star.
That's what I was gonna guess. I mean, your brother's age have to be around here, but if your dad did it, then it's different because usually a lot of times if it's not like, oh, my family just born into it, a lot of people like why. I always say that, like, why Cowboys? Where it is, and
Cowboys
I nailed
won back-to-back Super Bowls in the 70s, though.
Yeah, and I mean that was, they were on all the time. I mean, even heck, the show Dallas, like they showed the stadium or whatever else. They call it America's team, and I was always against them because it annoyed me that the older people, the people that are 2 or 3 years older than me, when I was like in 3rd grade, they were all Cowboy fans, and then obviously that was the Bears did Super Bowl 20 in the next year. So,
and then I think when I was with the area that I grew up into, Muscatine, I feel like the people that I lived around were all 49ers fans for some reason too.
That's
and
right
so,
there
like,
too. At the same time, yeah.
I was like, I didn't want to be a 49ers fan. I didn't want to be a Cowboys fan, and so I was like, all right, let's just we got Cubs, Bulls.
Yeah, just run right after it. Yeah. Well, there's a couple things. I mentioned that on Wednesday I talked about what I call the 150s, and either $100 or $50. So I'm already down $55 for the week.
Really?
Yeah, because I took Tampa Bay -8 at the time.
Good
it was
start.
Wednesday when I did it, huh?
Good start.
Good start. But I'll tell you where the rest of them where I'm at. You guys tell me. I took the Tennessee Titans -2.5 for 50.
You got to tell
against
me
the Cardinals. Sorry, Cardinal and Tennessee.
I think that is. I think you got that one mainly because I know the Cardinals' top 2 cornerbacks are not playing, and that's not a good thing when you're going against Julio Jones and AJ Brown.
No, it's not.
I'm on board with you there too.
I took a home dog in the next game only for 50. I took the Texans +2.5 against the Jaguars.
Interesting. Oh, they're terrible.
They can't be as bad as we all think they are, right?
No team
There's
ever
gotta
is,
be,
really.
Yeah, there's no team that ever is. Those players are still professional athletes. They're coming out there. They got game plans. They're practicing.
They did just trade their number 1 cornerback, Bradley Roby, to the Saints like 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
They are doing a fire sale.
Does that kind of say something to what the Saints think about their team this year too? Like, hey, we're trying to add pieces real quick because we think we got a chance.
Patrick Peterson, or was it somebody? I think it was Peterson for the Saints, retired.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
Like a week from week 1, he's just like, I'm done. And they're like, oh, okay, well, we better find somebody.
But no, I'm not with you there on that one. I like the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I do too.
I wonder, and I'm going to see if
I think Trevor
Lawrence
Lawrence has a little bit of a coming out party.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a game to showcase that offense. You got Laviska Shenault, you got DJ Chark,
Tyrod Taylor,
you got Marvin Jones.
Disrespecting David Johnson like that.
I think
Clinton's on.
I think Lawrence
David
is throwing
Johnson, the running back for Texas.
It's like 2015.
David Johnson or Philip Lindsay or Mark Ingram. We don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, when you have Philip Lindsay on your team, you're not winning many football games.
I like Philip Lindsay.
He's got fun hair.
He does.
The Chargers at the Washington football team.
The Washington football team. Curtis Samuel went on IR this morning. He'll be out a minimum of 3 weeks.
This line has switched from Wednesday.
Wasn't
At
it
the
Chargers
time,
-1?
It wasn't on Wednesday. It was the Chargers -1. You're correct. So the Washington football team is getting one. Is now flip flopped. Now football team is -1. I still put $50 on the Washington football team for that game.
Yeah, I think I like the football team there too. Fitzpatrick is he's fun dude. He can really rally the troops. You got Terry McLaurin, you got Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick, Logan Thomas at tight end. I do like Washington.
It's Riverboat Ron versus a first-year coach, right?
You know me.
Yeah.
I love me some Riverboat Ron.
Yeah.
I love me the Washington Redskins.
Like this is a no-brainer. I know I put 50 on it before. I might bump this up to 100, even though the
game's in
flipped.
LA, right?
No, it's in it's in the nation's capital. Riverboat Ron's backyard. That's a first-year coach. Staley's not going to know what to do with Riverboat Ron. He's a Riverboat Ron. He'll hit.
This is Ron's game.
He'll hit
game
on
to
18
win.
if he wants
Here's
to.
a warning to temper expectations for Herbert this year.
Yeah.
The new offensive coordinator for the Chargers, not so good. Not so good.
He's not?
Nope. He does not have a good reputation, and he also does not have a good reputation of designing game plans to fit the strengths of his players. He tries to take his players and run his system, which hasn't been successful too well in the past. And that is the opposite of what they did with Herbert last year, which is why I believe he had such a successful season, is they let him play to his strengths.
Sounds like he's friends with Matt Nagy.
Yeah, here's our plan. We're just going to stick to it. Sorry, we're not changing anything. All right. Vikings go to the Bengals. Vikings are road favorites at -3. Has this changed at all? Let me tell you. It's still -3, and I put 100 on the Vikings.
Bengals top cornerback not playing.
There's a lot of wide receivers running fast
Yep,
from Minnesota.
Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen.
About to have a heyday.
All right. Feel good about that one then. One of the games that I'm really... By the way, I guess I'm not selling as much as I did. Jacksonville versus Houston has my attention completely on Sunday, by the way. These two bad programs, I just... It's just one of the... It's a train wreck I'm willing to watch.
That's like me. If people were like, what's your favorite type of wrestling to watch? And I was like, terrible wrestling.
Terrible wrestling.
Because it's funny.
You know, I have to watch the game because some guy told me about Marvin Jones Jr., and I got him now on my fantasy team. So I'll be right on there.
I think it's a good pickup. Another one that I got my eye on Sunday. The Sam Darnold Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in on this one.
How can you make Carolina versus New York Jets a watchable game? Call it the Sam Darnold Bowl and see
Call
what
it
happens.
anything. Yeah, I don't care. What do you want to call
That's fun.
it? It's -5.5. And has it changed at all? Am I seeing anything different? Ooh. Boy, oh boy. This has changed. Jets are only -4 now, so it's 1.5. Let me see what's going on here. I'm going to pull up my fancy
rookie
sheet
QB
here.
first start.
Why has that line changed? I'm going to let you know here. I think it went off the board here on this. Oh no. I'm not. They're not giving me any numbers here.
I would have almost imagined the line would change in the other way because the Jets lost free agent acquisition, big money free agent acquisition, Carl Lawson for the season.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm not seeing the money. I see the money line. I'm seeing the total points, but I'm not seeing the.
You guys think Christian
price.
McCaffrey stays healthy this year?
I don't have anything Christian McCaffrey or Saquon Barkley in any of my leagues.
Yeah, I wasn't our number one pick at all. So
yeah, I probably would have been forced to, but I would have done it reluctantly.
I do have Run CMC on my team.
I think he make it through the year healthy.
You think he's going to see the same workload that he has in years past?
I think it's going to be similar, but not nearly as much. I mean, probably like, let's say 80% of that.
I like to, he played a couple games in Joe Brady's system last year and just went ape bleep in both of them. So I'd like to see him with a full season there. See what you might be looking at record-breaking numbers.
I like this Carolina Panthers in this game. I put 100 on it.
Yeah, I agree. I hate the Jets.
And I love that it's down to 4 now.
The stinking Jets.
Then you got the Eagles versus the Falcons.
I think that's an interesting game.
I agree with that. Arthur Smith's first game. You have a new coach in Philadelphia as well. He's a nutball. We're all excited to see what he's going to talk about afterwards because him and the coach from the Lions both have just they're just a beat writer's wet dream with their post game antics.
Oh
what they
yeah,
do.
Dan Campbell.
Yeah,
he used to be the interim coach of the Dolphins, actually.
Eagles have questions on their offensive line, defensive line, where they're going to go with Jalen Hurts. Falcons have a new first-year coach in Arthur Smith.
What's the over/under on that game? Do we know?
48.
Over.
Yeah.
Bet the over. The Falcons.
48.5 now.
The Falcons are trotting out 4 new safeties, including 2 rookie safeties, against the Eagles, who are going to want to throw the ball all day long. But the Eagles' top safety injured.
Mm-hmm.
Who was he supposed to shadow? Kyle Pitts. Let's go.
92% of the money is on the over.
Do it.
52% of the public money is on the under.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I
you
love
better
it.
go hammer the over
go
right now.
Hammer the over.
They're in on what you're saying. Yeah, the public is saying, no, these two offenses aren't going to do very well. And, yeah, it's 48.5.
Yeah, those defenses are wet, hot garbage.
I'm taking the Eagles in this game in the points, though.
I think I did the same, actually.
All right. Bills host the Steelers. It's -6.5 what I have here. It's still 6.5. I'm actually taking the Bills in this for 100. I feel confident in them.
Gosh, I wish it wasn't true, but they're a juggernaut this year. The Bills are going to be really, really good. I mean, you're talking AFC Championship is the floor for their expectations.
This next game, I went against the pro money and the public tickets. It's the Seahawks favored on the road by 2.5 against the Colts. I'm taking the Colts. Carson Wentz is going to start.
Yep, they just announced this morning he is a starter.
In the past 6 years, the Seahawks are 1-5 against the spread on week 1. Yeah. So I'm going to take the home dog there, and I'm only going to put 50 on it. 49ers versus the Lions. I couldn't. By the way, this is in my. This is moved up to 8. I have it at 7 on Wednesday. They're also in my survivor pool.
This is our lock of the week.
Yeah,
I gotta be.
Got 100 on it. Chiefs Browns. This is your highlight. This is the highlighted game.
I'm going to make a bold statement.
Okay.
This is my upset special of the week. I predict the Browns to win this game.
Why is everybody doing that?
Oh, is everyone doing that?
I feel like it's a whole bandwagon thing.
Never mind. Screw it. I picked the Chiefs. I changed my mind.
Is it just because people? Honestly, like, what was your reason behind it? Because I mean, you have a lot of good takes. I just feel like everybody just wants to see it happen.
I'll tell you what.
They're saying, "Oh, it's going to happen."
I just feel like the Browns are on the cusp, on the precipice of being a really, really good football team. And I thought they had a really good showing against the Chiefs last year.
Didn't they almost beat them?
Almost won that game.
3 points?
Almost won that game. And then Chad Henne, former Miami Dolphin, Chad Henne came in and finished that game because Mahomes was being evaluated for a concussion, correct? Or he had a concussion.
Yep.
And at that time, everyone thought Browns are winning this. And they did come close, which would have been interesting to see. But I just think the Browns are on the cusp of being a really, really good football team. They didn't lose much. They gained a lot. And I think if you want to make a statement week 1 and you want to tell the rest of the NFL, we're here and we're here to stay, and you got to watch out for us, you do it against the perennial Super Bowl contending team like the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs have a rebuilt offensive line, so we'll see. They're supposed to be better. I hope they are better. I got CEH on my fantasy team as well. But it'll be interesting. And I think maybe the blueprint is out on how to beat Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Is that something can come off like the Super Bowl a little
Could
bit?
be, and we could see a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover there. So I don't know. I thought in like my Pick'ems league, I like to pick a couple upsets every week just because that's how you win those things. And I did. I put my money where my mouth is, and I picked the Browns to beat the Chiefs this week.
So plus 265 on the money line. I do like your analogy of that, to be honest with you. Plus 245. I said 265. If Stefanski has really tightened the ship out there in Cleveland, like, hey, let's just stay out of the media for dumb things like quotes or whatever else. Let's get focused. You would think week 1 is the one where they're going to come up and slap the guy across the mouth and be whatever else.
You got fresh legs for Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt there. You get Odell Beckham back, and the numbers actually point to the Browns playing better without Odell. But that's when Odell was coming in banged up and playing with an injured groin and this, that, and the other, right? So you hopefully get a healthy Odell this week. You still got Jarvis Landry. I think they look like a dangerous team. If Baker Mayfield, who took a big step last year, continues to progress forward, you're talking about a team that's going to win that division, and you're talking about a team that's going to go deep into the playoffs for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
Jay, you said that they were going against they were going on the no nonsense things with Baker and not having him in commercials and stuff. Did you see one of the first commercials last night was Baker Mayfield?
But that was the Heisman one, right?
No, it was no. So it's another one of them with the insurance commercials, or is that what it is? Or it's
where he lives at the stadium.
He lives at the stadium. They're having like a yard sale outside the stadium.
But they did it again. Wasn't that
it's a new one, right? Where they're having a yard sale outside.
Stefanski's lying to me.
And so I'm guessing that we just weren't seeing commercials because it was not
NFL
tell you
season.
What,
if it's one Baker commercial, that's still a significant drop off from last year.
Gotta be
there's
more.
There's gotta
be so many
Baker
of them. They're
coming. What else you got?
What else I got?
What did you take on that Cleveland Kansas City game?
50 on Cleveland plus 6.
Okay.
Let's see here. That's actually gone down to 5.5 now.
This is a lot of points.
Denver Broncos favored on the road at the New York Giants.
Yeah.
Teddy Two Gloves on the road. I'm taking Teddy Two Gloves. I'm giving up. I'm actually putting 100 on Denver to cover this at New York.
Kenny Galladay's banged up. He doesn't even know if he's playing. He was literally asked an hour ago, "Are you playing on Sunday?" He said, "We'll see."
Oh.
And the Broncos' defense is legit. Their secondary is legit. They add Pat Surtain Jr., or the second, if you will, to an already loaded group. His dad was a great Dolphins player, one of my favorites growing up. I think their defense is going to smother Daniel Jones, and this is the beginning of the end for Daniel Jones. I don't think he's a starting quarterback for the New York Giants come next season.
Packers at the Saints, a.k.a. Tallahassee.
Rodgers versus
minus
Winston.
4. This has actually gone down to minus 3.5. But still, the majority of the money is still at, I don't know why. The majority of the money
Did
in
you
the tickets.
see?
Why is this going down when I'm looking at the money and 92% of it's on the Packers to cover it and 86% of the tickets are that way? That doesn't make any sense that this will move down 0.5 point. So.
Did you see why Sean Payton picked Tallahassee?
Because it's not as easy for Packer fans to get a direct flight there.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, but then they found
It's
out
so
that
good.
there's a in the middle of Florida, there's like this huge, for some reason, Green Bay Packer contingency, and they're worried about that they're all going to travel up there.
It's everybody retiring from Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's like really strange. Like there's just one area, like it's like they have, it's like Criminal Minds. They have this map up, and they're like, hey, look at the flights. It's going to be terrible for them. And then all of a sudden, after they're like, okay, we're all good with Tallahassee, and like, yes, and they punch it in, and then all of a sudden someone's like, but, and they have these red circles. There's an area
They just
here
start
of a bunch
popping
of
up.
people.
Beep. It's like
And they're like, no!
It's the Charlie Day meme from It's Always Sunny with the strings, and it's great.
Why did you let us make that phone call? Like,
I love it. Man, these guys get paid like $10 million a year. This is what they do with it. I love it.
I got Packers. I did 100 there. Dolphins at the Patriots.
Let me know where you're at on this, Jay.
80% of the money is on the Patriots at -3. This has gone to -3.5. Now 74% of the money is on it. The public is kind of split 60-40. The public is the 60% is on the Patriots, 40% is the other way. So I put this at 3 the other day. When I wrote this, I took the Dolphins and the points for $50.
Tell me where the Patriots got better.
The defense.
Tight
Why?
ends.
Who?
What do you mean? They did their free agency and everything else.
but
They've got a good defense.
Okay, so when you spend $100 million in free agency, that guarantees a Super Bowl,
Very
correct?
fast.
Everyone knows that.
No. I don't think the over/under. I don't think the Patriots are going to be 11-6 like some people in Patriot Nation believe.
But just tell me where the Patriots got better. Who'd they bring in?
Nelson anything's
Aguilar?
better than last year.
Kendrick Bourne?
Jonnu Smith? Hunter Henry?
A banged-up Hunter Henry? You going to run the ball 47 times a game?
Help run that offense in the right direction.
And who else on defense right now? They're questionable health.
Raekwon McMillan, injured reserve, done for the year. Stephon Gilmore.
There we go. That's the one I was thinking
Injured
about.
reserve, gone for a minimum of 6 weeks. Could be longer.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
He just took the Dolphins at the points. What
I know.
What are you yelling at him for,
He's talking about. He's wondering why the professional.
I want to know why the money's on -3.5 for the Patriots. The Dolphins won 10 games last year, and who did they lose? Nobody.
Their minds.
They got rid of. They got rid of. There you go.
Your starting quarterback for most of the year. That's who you lost.
Tua started 9 games, went 6-3. Thank you very much. Coming off of a devastating hip injury with no preseason and no training camp.
My hip hurts.
It's almost like he's got a left arm of God.
Same injury that ended Bo Jackson's career, mind you.
I don't want to.
Yes, exactly.
mention
See,
that.
you know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Dolphins were 10-6. They did the only players they lost. They voluntarily lost them. They said Kyle Van Noy, get out of here. They said Eric Flowers, go on. We don't need you anymore. They said we're better without these players, and then they filled those holes with good, young, quality players. The only area on the Dolphins team that I'm genuinely concerned about is the offensive line.
It's not easy to walk into New England and be Bill.
No, it's certainly not, but at least it's not December.
I feel like 3.5.
But
that's about right where it should be. I feel
but
I wish I had it. 3.5.
However, the Dolphins beat the Patriots at least once a year consistently, even when Brady was there.
Home, mostly?
Usually at home, yes. But let's remember 2 years ago, Week 17, when the Patriots were vying for that number 1 overall seed and Tom Brady was their quarterback. What happened when the Dolphins had a 4-win team going into that game?
Well, I'm telling you right now, I got the Dolphins bookending the Patriots in my schedule. They win both Week 1 and
I
Week
love it. I love
18.
it. Listen, I could be wrong because I am a Dolphins fan, so I do have battered fan syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And I fully will be prepared for them to fall flat on their faces and disappoint me and break my heart and crush my soul. So I'm ready.
Like that.
I'm ready for it to happen.
My fantasy teams have too much stock for that to happen.
But of any year in recent memory, there's more hope for this Dolphins team than ever before. And, if you're concerned about Tua, I get it. He didn't have a stellar rookie season, but he had a full offseason, full training camp, full preseason. He looked really good in the preseason. He's bigger, stronger, faster. The hip is 100%. And let's not forget, according to many analysts, Dan Orlovsky, Trent Dilfer, he is the number 1 RPO quarterback in college football history. And the Dolphins fired Chan Gailey because he's an old dinosaur at offensive coordinator and brought in Tua's old quarterbacks coach, Charlie Fry, and gave the reins of the offensive coordinator position to 2 separate guys who specialize in RPO. And to make the RPO work, you have to have fast wide receivers. What did they do? They got Will Fuller, Jalen Waddle, and they brought back Albert Wilson. This is going to be a different team. I promise you.
Sold. $50 on Dolphins. Rams and the Bears. This has gone up from -7.5 to -8. The Rams at home. Sunday Night Football. 7:20 kickoff.
Don't do it, Jay.
Finally, the Bears have come back to Los Angeles. Brand new stadium for the Rams. I took the Rams.
-8?
Yeah,
it's too many
I
points.
put 100 on it.
It's too many points.
I'll take the Rams in the first half, and I'll take Justin Fields and the Bears in the second half.
I like the over in this at 45.
When is Andy Dalton getting replaced?
Not.
I told somebody the other day if he doesn't start by week 2, if we get blown out, he doesn't start. If Justin Fields doesn't start week 2, I'm boycotting Bears games until he starts.
I honestly think he'll be in by week 4 or 5.
I just feel like it's way too long. What are we holding him out for anymore? What are we not? We're just slowing his progress here.
Yeah. That's how I feel
There's
about it.
no reason at all. Put him in there. If he gets hit hard, he's going to get hit hard in his career.
-8 though. That's a lot of
It's
points.
too many points.
And he put 100 on it.
And all the hype, all the
7.5,
hype,
yeah.
all these hype trains always work. I'm going to bring in some free money so I can take it from you. When the
You
Bears
want to get
cover.
in on the 150s?
No, I want to. Yeah, I'm going to bring your free money so I can take it from you after the Bears cover that.
Gotcha. I don't know. I'm way too invested in the
Andy
Rams.
Dalton's going to come out here and win this
right
game.
now.
And
It's
you
Sunday night
shut
football,
everybody
right?
I'm way too invested in
Sunday
the
night
Rams.
football. Why is this game Sunday night football?
Because they would need to showcase LA's new stadium.
There's a lot of hype around this team, too.
They need LA to be a market when it's not right now.
I just don't know why you bring the Bears in for that, unless Justin Fields is starting, which he's not.
I think maybe they couldn't have been expecting it once they made the schedules. It was already ahead of time.
And then finally, the Monday Night Football game. And where is that?
This is one I didn't realize was why it was the Monday Night Football game.
I'm also
I thought it'd be a
disappointed that there
division
aren't
game.
2 games on Monday night like they normally do.
I am very disappointed in them doing that.
Keep me out a little later.
I like sitting down and just gorging on chicken wings and potato chips and watching hours on hours of football. My kids don't need to be tucked in that night.
No.
You tuck yourselves in.
This on Wednesday was +4. It is now I mean, it was -4 Ravens. They were the road favorite. Now it's -3.5. So more money has gone on the Ravens. As a matter of fact, 77% of the money is on the Ravens. 83% of all tickets are on the Ravens to cover spread. I went opposite. I went Raiders +4 for 50. It's
Knock
the
on
first,
wood if you're with me, boys.
First time having the fans in the stadium in Las Vegas. They're going to be nuts. Baltimore is beat up. Come on.
Do you think nuts? You think they're going to be nuts there? I mean, do you think they're going to be selling it out? Monday's just a weird day in Vegas.
I hope so. Is what I'm saying. Like I mean, we all know when the Raiders were in Oakland or Los Angeles and Raider Nation, how crazy they get.
I want to know how sold out that game already is. I want to know how close to all the tickets are sold
to capacity. It is the first game, so there will be excitement.
Yeah, I agree
first
with you
game
there.
with fans,
and it's must-see TV, basically Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
tickets as low as $186. That's if you go to ESPN. I don't know the rest of it.
That's really expensive. Still.
It's the highest ticket for the entire week.
Yeah, that's really expensive.
The next closest one was Pittsburgh at Buffalo. And the only other one that's over $100 for a week for tickets as low as is Miami at New England. This is just on ESPN. You can get for the low price of $48. You can go to Seattle at Indianapolis, and you can go out to the.
I'll tell you what, that's a great
Lucas Oil Stadium.
$17. You got to go down to Houston. Go watch a football game down there.
$17?
Yeah, as low as $17.
I got into a Week 17 Niners-Rams game in St. Louis. One of the last seasons they were there.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams had one team had 4 wins, the other team had 3 wins. I got into that game for no lie, $10.
Love it.
Some dude on the street didn't even go there for the game. Some dude was just like, I got $10 tickets to the Rams game. I was like, yeah, I'll go. I like football. It was ridiculous.
I like football. All right, let's take a break. Come back. We'll talk some more about week 1 and preview our weekends. And we also got to plug Friday Night Bags.
Yeah, Friday Night Bags.
Yeah, we'll be right back here, ESPN 1170 AM. That was a good plug, by the way. Yeah, Friday
Night
Bags.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Len Casper, the voice of the Chicago White Sox. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 1170.
Hey, do you have time to go to Vegas with me?
Time? Yes. Extra money to pay for the flights? No.
No, not Vegas. I'm talking about Vegas, right here in the Quad Cities.
I've never heard about Vegas. Tell me more.
Oh, they're safe and secure gaming cafes with 6 locations.
Well, what kind of games do they have there? And they've got beer, right?
They have the latest games provided by Gem. And yes, beer.
Sounds like I'm going to save on flights, have fun, and win big.
To find out more about their locations and hours, they're open. Visit VegasGamingCafeIL.com.
Leclerc Manufacturing in Bettendorf knows that hiring quality people who contribute to the success of their products is what has kept them running successfully for more than 55 years. And now you can join their team. Leclerc Manufacturing has immediate openings for production workers on all shifts. Looking for a stable environment, great benefits, exceptional pay, and endless opportunities for growth and advancement? Then become a member of the Leclerc Manufacturing family. Apply today. Go to leclercmfg.com/careers.
From lines of credit in Chicagoland to equipment finance loans in the Quad Cities to better cash flow in Milwaukee, First Midwest Bank is committed to using our local knowledge and ideas to help our clients get their business momentum back. Visit firstmidwest.com/commercial-lending. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Arconic, one of the largest employers in the area, is now hiring electricians, general mechanics, machinists, roll grinders, and mobile equipment mechanics. They're offering a $5,000 sign-on bonus, competitive wages, extensive benefits, and future career growth. Apply, interview, and complete technical testing all in one day. Grab your resume and face mask and attend the Arconic Job Fair September 10th from 1 to 5 p.m. and September 11th from 8 to 1 p.m. at the Arconic Learning Center, 4900 State Street in Bettendorf.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, over-designed, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 5510 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 5510. Enjoy.
Saturday on Fox, Big Noon is coming in hot with the Pac-12 Big Ten Heavyweight Showdown. As Coach Cristobal and Oregon head to the shoe to face C.J. Stroud and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Wow! This is pound for pound, best in their division, champ versus champ. And it all starts live at 10 Eastern with the Big Noon Kickoff pregame show sponsored by Wendy's. Then it's Oregon-Ohio State in the Big Noon Saturday game of the week, Saturday on Fox. And watch anywhere on the Fox Sports app.
I can pop a beer in here, right? Your cousin from Boston. This here is Sam Adams Boston Lager. It's my go-to beer. Not too heavy, not too light. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, that's whoopsie daisy. Oh no. Is there somebody that can help? Come on in the room. It poured right in the keyboard. Relax. I spill beer on my computer all the time. Sam Adams Boston Lager. The Boston Beer Company, Boston, Massachusetts. Drink responsibly.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBLB Davenport, a Town Square media station.
On the air, ESPN 1170 AM. We're here in the Hassel Castle, brought to you by the R Bar in Davenport. And speaking of bars, tonight at Frick's, Adrian, you've got your Friday night bags league.
Yeah, we have
not really a league.
It's a blind draw. So you show up, you sign up, and we pair you with somebody else that's signed up, and we get it going. We play knockout beforehand for $5. The tournament costs $10. We do 100% payout. Also, if we hit 15 teams, we'll add $100 to the prize pool. So that's a little extra. If we get 30 people, we'll add a little $100. We've been averaging right about 12 to 15 teams every week, so it's been a pretty good turnout. Can't complain. Stop on in. We got $4 Tito's, $2 Menthols, $2 Fireballs. It's going to be a great night.
Sounds great.
DJ Bob on the patio.
Oh, really?
Yep.
The Bob Father's going to be there.
Bob Father will be there from 8 to midnight, I believe.
Oh, boy.
Bag sign up starts at 6. I'll be out there throwing some bags beforehand, get my practice in.
Yeah.
And then we throw it about 7 o'clock.
And what about the game tomorrow? What are you doing for the game?
Game tomorrow, I'll be at Frick's all day. We had a great turnout last week. It was wall to wall in there. We had 10 pounds of free wings we gave away. We did not open up.
Hold on. Don't skip past that. Hold on. What did you say?
Yeah, 10 pounds free wings, and then we ran out. So this week we got 20 pounds coming in.
What?
Free wings, Frick's Tap.
Oh my god!
And we were so
Sold.
busy last week that we've decided we're going to open up the upstairs bar. So we'll have 2 bars going all day for the game. It should be a great time. Be a great little turnout.
Oh my! You said 20 pounds.
Mhm.
Oh we.
All right, gentlemen.
Yes.
I got something for us.
Hold on before we continue.
Oh, sure.
I just want to give a shout out to my mom. She just texted me. She's listening. So
she said, "You're doing such a great job."
Hi,
honey."
mom. Hi, mom. I love you.
Well, now I got to shout out my mom. My mom's probably listening. Hi, Tammy. I love you.
I'm going to shout out your mom as well. Hey, Tammy.
They're so good. All right, I got something for you. This was something I was going to do like year-long thing, but maybe we can do this a weekly segment. Who's ever in here, if you guys are in here or whatever else, we can make it work. We're going to play Guess Who's Prop. All right, so I'm going to give you a weekly prop bet.
Yes. Okay.
I'll give you hints. All right, you tell me. You guys can chime in. We can figure it out ahead of time. We can do a thing maybe next week where we pass. It depends on if we're all in the same studio together. Who knows? Right now, we're just going to play a weekly. So if you wherever you go gambling, wherever site you go to, you can probably find a player prop for the week, just to make it interesting. So I'll give you the first one, okay? I'm a quarterback. My prop is over under 224.5 yards passing. I play in the NFC North. I'm playing against the 49ers.
Okay, so Jared Goff.
It's Jared Goff.
Are we supposed to yell this out when we
sure,
get it?
Yeah,
we're
sure.
supposed to-
okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
When you get it. I'm just now. What I want to do is this: 224 and a half passing yards against San Francisco 49ers.
224.
224 and a half. Do you like this prop over or under? What do you suggest?
Who's he throwing the ball to besides T.J. Hawkinson?
There are wide receivers there. It's not like they're not going to have anybody out there. They're going to get open. They will be
they're forcing
playing.
them to play with
They
wide
will be
receivers.
playing.
They will be playing, unfortunately for them, against the 49ers defense.
224 isn't a lot anymore in this game.
No, it's not. But the Lions are going to be a very bad football team.
But you're going to be playing some garbage time.
You will.
I mean, you can
I feel like
easily
you
get
get
to
150 yards just by garbage time.
That's what I was just going to get to as well. It's not too far after that.
This has got to be an easy over.
I'll take the under. I will.
I just don't see it. I just feel like even if the Niners are up, you're going to have to throw sometime. They're just not going to.
Or Jared Goff could get sacked 14 times, and then they'll just pull him to save him.
According to the
site.
site Betting Pros, he is projected to throw for 255.25 yards.
All right.
Let me give you another one.
It's not like Jared Goff's some bum too either, like off the streets.
It's just you can polish a turd, but it's still a turd, and that turd is the Detroit Lions.
Wasn't he in the Super Bowl a couple years ago?
Yeah, with Sean McVay as his head coach.
I'm just saying.
Dan Campbell's teaching his players to bite kneecaps.
I think it's an easy over. You want to put 5 on it?
No. I already bet too much this week.
I feel like it'd be fun.
You're wearing Lions colors today, Adrian.
I just kind of found this shirt.
All right, you guys ready for another one?
Yeah.
I am a running back.
Yes.
My line for week 1 is over under 56 and a half rushing yards.
You have the height to be a running back, Jay.
Yeah. I feel like I'm as tall as this guy as well. This is my first career start.
Oh, interesting.
My team plays in the AFC North.
Najee Harris.
Najee Harris. 56 and a half against the Buffalo Bills. Do we like that over or under?
Rushing, Pittsburgh's line is a little shaky.
Who's the backup running back?
For Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Great
Anybody
question.
know that off the top of their head?
Is it
That's a great
Jalen
question.
Samuels still?
Let me take
James Conner's gone.
Yeah.
Is it Jalen Samuels? That's my guess.
I have the depth chart coming up here. It's Benny Snell Jr.
Okay, Benny Snell.
And then Callan Ballage.
Oh, Kalen Ballage, baby.
Ballage, there we go.
Former Dolphin.
Former Dolphin.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what he's bringing to that
Against
backfield
Buffalo.
is something else.
So Pittsburgh loves to throw the ball, but they also haven't had a bell cow like Harris in a while. I'm going to go over. I'm going to take the over on this. I think Buffalo has a really good defense, and Pittsburgh's probably going to have to throw the ball a lot. But maybe,
Really,
they can
to get
keep
there,
it
you
close.
need one big 20-yard run, and you're pretty much there.
Yeah, I think Najee's going to go for probably 74 yards.
Next one. I am a quarterback. My over-under.
Are you older or younger than Tom Brady?
I'm just older than Tom Brady.
It's amazing.
I'm a quarterback. My over-under yards passing is 209 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
This is my first start on this team.
First start on this
Carson
team?
Wentz?
It is not Carson Wentz. Good guess, though. I play in the NFC North.
Andy Dalton.
Yes. If we think he's going to get knocked out of this or replaced, do we like 209.5 yards?
I don't think he'll get replaced.
I don't think
in
he gets
this game.
replaced. And like you said, garbage time, too. 209 and a half. Why are these so low?
It's the
224 and
Rams,
209.
Jalen Ramsey.
There's still this is not like 90s NFL where you're kind of running the ball. Everybody's throwing.
Yeah, I do think I'll take the over here.
Okay. Let me get something else here. There's ones all over the place. Just wanted to get to some names that we know. And
Get us a wide receiver.
okay. I will find us a wide receiver. All right. This one's going to be tough.
Julio Jones.
It's not Julio Jones. Good guess, though. I am a wide receiver. My over-under receiving yards is 44 and a half. I play in the NFC West.
DJ Metcalf.
DK?
No.
Tyler Lockett.
No, and I'm not on.
AJ Green.
I am not on the Seattle Seahawks.
I'll take Brandon Ayuk.
It is Brandon Ayuk. Yep. 44 and a half receiving yards. Projected to get 62.
It's a line. Yeah, I'm going over.
Yeah, it's over. I like over there.
I don't know, though. Now I'm starting to think.
Was that Jimmy G's favorite target when
Ayuk? You got a healthy Deebo Samuel, who is kind of like a Swiss Army knife type player. You got a healthy Raheem Mostert. They're going to run all day on the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
But 44 and a half is low enough for me. I'll take Ayuk. I think Ayuk's a fantastic player.
he's getting that in like 3 catches.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's stick with wide receiver. I'm a wide receiver. My over-under receiving yards this week is 35 and a half.
Why are these so low? I feel like
I play in the AFC East.
Devontae Parker.
Not Devontae Parker.
Nelson Aguilar.
Not Nelson Aguilar.
Corey Davis.
Not Corey Davis.
Elijah Moore.
Not
Jalen
Elijah
Waddle.
Moore. It is Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle. Over.
35 and a half.
Over. You know why? Because
How many yards is he getting?
Will Fuller is not playing. Jalen Waddle has been Tua Tagovailoa's favorite target during training camp. Now, albeit Will Fuller and Devontae Parker have been banged up. The new offense is designed to get him in motion, to get him screens. He's going to even run the ball. I know that doesn't count for this stat, but he's going to run the ball out of the backfield a handful of times. I think he's easily going to catch anywhere between 6 or 7 balls. He actually averaged, I want to say, what was his average for touchdown? Like his average length of touchdown last year at Bama before he got hurt. It was legitimately like 40 or something yards.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time he caught a touchdown, it was a bomb. Really? It was deep. And Waddle has been running a lot of short routes during preseason, but he has been open on a couple deep routes. So if Tua can get him the ball, yeah, I think conservatively, you're looking at 4, 5, anywhere between 4 and 6 catches for minimum 45 to 60 yards minimum. But I think you could see Waddle have a very, very good opening day and a very good rookie season.
Okay, I'm a running back. My over-under rushing yards is 53.5. I play in the NFC North.
Mostert.
No.
No, excuse me.
Yeah.
That's wrong. NFC North. Running back. Montgomery.
It is Montgomery. 53.5 against the Rams. Do we like that?
I'll take the under.
Is that just because they're eventually going to have to throw the ball so much?
Yep.
Yep. Possibly, yeah.
I could see him catching
Bears
a couple.
still play defense.
I could see him catching a couple screen passes and maybe his total yardage for the game's in the 90-yard range. But I'm going to go under. Gun to my head, I'm going under.
I got him locked in at like 101 yards, so.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm rooting for the Bears. I want them to do well.
Okay.
Let's get a tight end. How about that?
This one, okay. Tight end. My over-under receiving yards, 16.5.
Ooh, okay. Not Tim Tebow.
Nope.
16.5.
Interesting.
I play in the AFC South.
Anthony Ferkser.
No, good guess, though.
AFC South.
Noah Fant.
No, AFC South.
Oh.
AFC South. So you're talking Jags? O'Shaughnessy? I don't even know if he plays for them anymore.
By the way, Anthony Ferkser's lines is 24.5.
Okay.
Mo Ollie Cox.
It's not Mo Ollie Cox.
AFC South. This is a tough one.
Does people even know this guy's name? I mean, I have him on the team. I did. I think
we need another clue, I think.
I'm playing the Jacksonville Jaguars this week.
So he's a Houston Texan?
Yeah.
You want us to
Tight
know
end.
a Houston Texan player?
Yeah, I do. That's why I said, hey, you threw out the position.
I have no idea. This is the one I will never get.
Jordan Akins,
Okay.
tight end for Texans.
Over.
Yeah, I'll go over. Who cares?
Who cares?
I hear that's Tyrod Taylor's favorite option, right?
That's the beat reporter. Did you also know he came in the best shape of his life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep him away from needles.
He's a professional athlete.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
plays football.
Yep.
He lives in Houston, in the Houston area.
I've heard his nickname might be Double T.
Yeah. Might be. All right, I'm a quarterback.
All right.
My over-under passing yards for this week is set at 219.5.
Tua.
It's not Tua.
Jimmy G.
Not Jimmy G.
Clue.
My first career start.
Oh.
Trevor Lawrence.
Not Trevor Lawrence.
Zach
Wilson.
Not Zach Wilson.
McCorkle.
It is McCorkle Jones. Mac Jones. Mac 10, if you will. Who's got, what does he have? The number 2 selling jersey? He's got the number 2 selling jersey.
Yeah.
It goes Josh Allen, McCorkle, then Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'm going to go on.
White America spending their money on the whitest quarterbacks in the league.
They really like that guy.
They really like it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going under for McCorkle. I think he's going to get blitz. First of all, I think they're going to run the ball a ton. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think he's going to get blitz. I think he's going to get confused. I think he's going to get pressured. He's not a mobile guy. He's not going to be able to evade pressure. And I think he's in for a very rough first start. And I think the narrative around McCorkle will change after Sunday's game.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. I think he throws for just right at 205.
Quickly, can we remember he was the 5th quarterback drafted in the first round this year? He wasn't the first pick. He wasn't the second pick. The Niners could have taken him 3. Did they? No.
No, they did not.
Nope. The Bears traded up for a quarterback. Did they grab McCorkle? No, they didn't. The Patriots stood pat, pun intended, and they took McCorkle.
Who they wanted all along.
Who they wanted all along because he's supposed to be Tom Brady-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
That's correct.
I believe the only thing that McCorkle and Tom Brady have in common are their crappy pre-draft shirtless photos.
Wide receiver.
McCorkle.
My over-under receiving yards for week 1 is 48.5.
48.5.
Mm-hmm. I play in the AFC West.
Cortland Sutton.
It is Cortland Sutton.
Oh, nice guess.
Yeah,
nice
baby.
guess.
48.5.
Yes.
Do we like that? Against the Giants?
I do, yeah. I think Cortland Sutton's going to have a bounce-back season.
Well, he was injured for most of last year, wasn't he?
He's a good player. He is a really good
Professional
player.
athlete, good player.
Yeah, bounce-back season. He's got Jerry Jeudy coming on for his second year. I think Judy's going to be much improved. You do have Teddy Two Gloves throwing a ball, so there's a ceiling there. But 48.5 is low enough, and he's a number one option on a professional football team. So I'll go over if I'm putting my money down.
I'm a quarterback.
I'm running out of paper.
My passing yards for week 1 over under is 258.5. This is my first week 1 start.
First week 1 start. Tua.
Not Tua.
Oh, man. First week 1 start.
Herbert. All right, against Washington, on the road. You've already brought up your concerns about the new offensive coordinator for the Chargers.
Yep.
258.
God, he's good though.
Yeah, that's hard. It's hard for me to see the under.
I think that one's interesting.
I like the over on that one.
Washington has a really good defense.
Mm-hmm.
But who's going to run the ball for the Chargers? Eckler?
Yep.
Is he going to really? But he's kind of banged up, too. He's not coming into week 1 healthy.
Well, this just in. Michael Gallup is expected to miss 3 to 5 weeks per the Dallas Morning News. So that's fun.
Candidate for IR.
Who was that? The third guy that came in, number 1. Did you see him catching the ball for Dallas a couple times?
Yeah, Cedric Wilson.
It looked like, I don't know what the name was, but it looked like he was targeted quite a few times after Gallup went down.
Yeah, it's so weird seeing receivers wear number 1, linebackers wear
Leonard
number 9.
Leonard Fournette was fun at 7. I like that.
I'll tell you what, I hate it. I hate the single digits. It bothers me so much. I'm kind of a savant with football players and their numbers. And I was always able to narrow it down based on what position they played. And so, like, if you tell me it's a tight end, I'm like, okay, well, you can wear in the 40s or you can wear in the 80s. That's it. And so if I can go through each number in my head, then I'm like, and then it just pops into my head. I'm like, okay, yeah, so I know this guy wears this number. It makes me so angry. I don't like it.
Can't stifle people's individualism.
I hate it.
They got something to say.
I feel like Tom Brady right now. I'm like, this is dumb.
I still can't get over the number 0 in college. So,
if you wear double zeros, I'm all about it. If you wear 1 0, you're a dork.
If you wear double zeros in college, you better be a pudgy kicker. That's all I want my double zeros to be.
Isn't that what Otto Graham wore?
I don't know.
Is that why they call it the odds?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to take the
like
under.
The double zero, and especially not on Ohio State.
Herbert, you're going to take the under?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not confident on it, but I think just because I really like Washington's defense, I'm going to take the under. But he could get a lot of yards after catch. I think Eckler could have a couple screens and stuff that could help him.
Keenan Allen out in the open, he can run forever.
Yeah. No, I think not confident, but gun to my head, I guess I'll just take the under.
I like the props. You guys
those
like
are
that?
fun.
I love props. I love props like for Super Bowl betting. I always do the props.
Yeah, but I think it's fun for you guys to guess and everything else. So I think it was a nice little thing. Again, talk about this weekend at Beer Stube.
Hey man, SCW Pro Live Professional Wrestling. We got all these big companies signing these independent talents. You got AEW bringing in young guys and WWE bringing in young guys to NXT, and they got to come from somewhere, right? Well, they come from the independents, and that's what we are. SCW Pro is an independent professional wrestling organization, and we have a fantastic event for you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. at the Beer Stube in Moline, Illinois. $10 tickets. It's our last outdoor event of the season. After tomorrow, we return indoors. So those outdoor events are always like a party atmosphere. You come and you get some food, you get some beer, you're loud, and it's a good time. Bring a bunch of buddies and enjoy some pro wrestling. Tomorrow night, Beer Stew Moline, 7 p.m. start, $10 tickets, SCW Pro Wrestling.
All right, that's tomorrow night. Tonight at Frick's, you have the bags.
Got the bags tonight. Got the Hawkeyes tomorrow. Again, the free wings. We'll have both bars open, so there'll be plenty of room to sit. And Sunday, we have 20 TVs, so you won't miss any of the action with the NFL ticket. We got Smoked Out Smokehouse coming.
Okay.
They'll be set up in our parking lot, so we'll have food for you. It's going to be terrific. I can't wait to try some of these things. It should just be a good, all-around great weekend.
Let me give you some advice, and see how week one goes, and then see if you want to implement it. You have 20 TVs. You're still going to have somebody that comes in that out of nowhere is like, I'll just throw some Buffalo Bills fan. Can you put it on this TV? And then someone's going to sit right next to them and say, can you put it on, something else, a Chargers Washington game? And if you get to that situation where, because that can be completely cluster, and everyone wanting to do it and then, okay, I got to turn. If you get to that point, which hopefully you are, people coming from all over, that you just basically every week map out so that what you're doing is if you're a Raiders fan, you'll know where to sit, what TV's going to be on.
So
there. You're kind of creating friendships.
Yep. Yeah. So before I took over as the manager, obviously I've just been working Sundays. It was just would bartend Sundays just to watch the NFL games, hang out, get paid, watch football. And so I've been doing this and directing these traffic for a few years now. And as soon as you walk in with a Minnesota Vikings jersey, I'm like, hey, Minnesota fans, I'm going to have the game on this TV. You want to sit over here.
On it,
Bears fans, you're going to be right here in the middle, and you're going to have the sound on. We got it mapped out pretty easily.
Good, because that's always
always tough, and especially me too. I'll be like, oh, I'm watching this TV because I can see a couple myself, and people want those changed, and you can't make everybody happy, but we try to.
Yeah, and that's the thing is finding that out is just then the people that didn't know that they had other mutual friends, their same fondness for the same team, and they get to know people and hey, I'm always going back to Frick's on Sunday because of I met Bill and Tom and whatever else.
We usually have about 3 or 4 Miami fans there too. So,
really?
Yeah.
I only know of one other Dolphins fan here in the Quad Cities.
I know more than that.
I got the Sunday ticket, so I'm just gonna sit on my recliner.
Yeah, there you go. You have an interview today, Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah, good luck with that, man. Have fun with that.
What's the station?
WNPS 105.5 FM. So if you're listening to our show all the way from Alabama, which I promise you aren't, but maybe you are. I don't know. Maybe you did. Maybe you tuned in. Maybe you saw my tweet. And you
are you live or are
out.
you pre-recorded?
Live on the air. Drive time, Mobile, Alabama, baby.
All right.
Gulf Coast.
And then you just basically they're just going to ask about just because it's 2 former
they're going
Alabama
to ask about Tua versus McCorkle.
How many times are you going to say McCorkle?
I will refuse.
Where's that
to
come
ever
from?
That's his name.
That
is what Mac is short for.
Really?
His name. I don't know if his first name's like Mike or something like that, but his middle name is McCorkle, and he goes by Mac because it's a shortened version of that. And when I found that out, you best believe I told myself I would never call him Mac Jones again. That man's name is McCorkle until the end of time in my book.
Here come the next 15 years of your life.
No, gosh, I hope not. Oh.
20 plus like Tom Brady.
I want those people to suffer. They're insufferable themselves.
It is Mike McCorkle Jones. Michael McCorkle Jones was born on September 5th, 1998.
You are an awful parent if you name your kid McCorkle. You're just a bad parent.
That's fun.
It could have been Holly's maiden name.
Yeah, well, terrible. Good for you, Holly. You married someone named Jones. You figured it out.
McCorkle sounds like somebody that chases around the 24/7 championship.
Yeah, exactly.
He does. He really does. It's just slipped through McCorkle's hand one more time.
Get out the McCorkle.
And he's just so upset the entire
Vince
time.
McMahon.
Yeah.
We'll call him McCorkle.
That's so good. All right. Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
It's been a good Friday.
Today. Yeah, this is going to be a fun weekend, and we have a lot to talk about on Monday. We'll see. I don't know what your schedule is on Monday. I don't know about the Twins and if they're bringing in wine or whatever else, so we got to figure all that out before we do all that.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, but we'll...
I'm back.
Yeah, thanks for everybody. Everybody have a great weekend. Iowa State, Cy-Hawk Trophy's going on. Week 1 football continues. Stay safe and sanitized out there. It's going to get hot. Stay hydrated. We'll see you guys later.
Peace.
the Vegas Gaming Cap.